Yo, hold up, you're 18 and everyone's talking about student loans. But are they really worth it? Let's break it down. What if I told you there's a smarter way to make this decision? Stick around. I'm about to drop some truth bombs. Education is an investment, but is the price tag too high? Let's talk about the weight of student loans. Alright, so here's the deal. In this video, we're diving into student loans. What they really are, how they work, and if they're actually worth it for you. Trust me, by the end, you'll know whether to sign that loan or run for the hills. I'm going to give you numbers, examples, and a real-life scenario. Alright then, let's get started and dive right into it. We'll look at federal versus private loans and the interest rates that can sneak up on you. Then, we'll run a real scenario. A $30,000 loan versus your starting salary. By the end of this minute, you'll be one step closer to financial freedom. Ready to master your finances? Today, we're breaking down the basics of student loans. Okay, first things first. A student loan is basically borrowed money that you use to pay for school. Sounds simple, right? But here's where it gets tricky. You have to pay that money back with interest. That's the cost of borrowing. Yup, that's extra cash you gotta give the government or private lenders later on. It's not just a gift. Let's say you borrow $10,000 for college with a 5% interest rate. Let's see how that looks. By the time you're done with school, you'll owe $12,000. That balance grows while you're studying. That's $2,000 extra for doing nothing, just for the privilege of using someone else's money. Understanding this early is key to making smart decisions about your future. You've got this. Student loans. They get a bad rap, but they can be a bridge to your future. Now let's talk pros. Why would anyone want a student loan? Well, it can help you pay for tuition, books, and living expenses. It's not just about the classes, it's about the tools and the roof over your head while you learn. Without loans, many people can't afford to go to college at all. For many, it's the only key to the door. Check this. The average yearly cost of tuition is $30,000 for some schools. That is a massive mountain to climb on your own. If you don't have $30K in your pocket, a loan might be your only option to pursue that dream degree. It's an investment in yourself. We often hear about the opportunities education brings, but we must also discuss the reality of the downside. Student loans can mess with your finances for years, even decades after you graduate. Imagine this. You graduate with a degree in psychology or history, but you find yourself starting with a salary of $40,000 a year. Meanwhile, your loan payments are $400 every single month. That's almost $5,000 a year, just to keep up. Let's look at the math. A $400 monthly payment over 10 years adds up to $48,000 total. That means you're paying way more than what you originally borrowed. The interest alone is a heavy burden. So, before you commit, you must ask yourself, is this degree truly worth the price tag? Because if it isn't, you're not just starting a career, you're starting a life stuck in debt. Think carefully. Let me tell you about my friend Dave. Dave graduated with a degree in marketing, but he had $30,000 in student loans. He landed a job, but after paying off his loan, rent, and bills, he was left with only $200 a month for fun. Yeah, that's not a lot when you're 24 and want to travel or hang out with friends. That's a tough situation for anyone starting out their life. So before you commit, think about whether the degree you're choosing will actually pay off. In the long run, choose wisely. Now, what if I told you there are powerful alternatives to student loans? You don't have to start your life buried in debt. First up, scholarships. These aren't just for straight-A students or top athletes. There is money out there for almost everyone. You can find them for almost anything: art, music, community service, or even weird stuff like video game design. Beyond scholarships, consider the community college route. It's often a fraction of the cost of a four-year university. Think about it. You can take your general education classes for way less, and the credits transfer almost anywhere. By starting there and transferring later, you can graduate from a big-name school with the exact same degree. But the best part? You could save tens of thousands of dollars, giving you a massive head start on your future. Education is an investment, but it shouldn't be a burden. Explore these options and take control of your financial.
Welcome back. We've covered a lot today, but now it's time for the final word on student loans. Loans can be a powerful tool for your education, but let's be clear, they are not for everyone. Before you sign that dotted line, you need to step back and do the math. Your future truly depends on it. First, look at the total cost of your degree, not just the tuition today, but the interest you'll pay over time. Next, research the job market for your field. What is the realistic starting salary? Can you handle the payments? Compare your projected loan payment against your expected living expenses. If the numbers don't add up, stop. Don't be afraid to consider another path. There are always other ways to reach your goals without heavy debt. Remember, this is your future. Make sure it's a good one. Take care and choose wisely. All right, I hope this helped you make a smarter decision about student loans. If you're feeling more confident about your next step, hit that like button. And leave a comment below. Let me know if you're considering loans or exploring other options. And don't forget to subscribe for more real talk on personal finance. Catch you later.